Morning. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the program. I'd like to see so many of you all having so much fun. That's certainly important to me. I'm a big proponent of fun. There's a lot going on today. First, let's show the underwear. It's a hip gray with black lines. I like them. They're fun. They're a good cut. They're kind of short, and I like them. It's a fun. Certainly they curve. They're supposed to make you look thinner. Or is it the up and down lines? I can't remember. Maybe I look wider here for that reason. Nevertheless, it's not really about the underwear today. It's more about the coffee. SM, a delightful member of this community. This is not a cult. Sent me various gifts. Last week, I wore the Golden Girls underwear and the robe, and this week I'm using the other part of her gift. I didn't want to use it last week, and it'd be a big gift bonanza. It was a real clash of celebrities, because this is Vincent Price Coffee by Dead Sled Coffee. The brand is not Vincent Price. The brand is Dead Sled. This particular line is Vincent Price Coffee. I assume they signed off on this. It would be weird to use his name and face otherwise. But nevertheless, here he is. Look at how handsome he is with the pencil thin. And this is like peak. He was very young and handsome at some point. And then after he did maybe The Last Man on Earth, he got a little more stately. But this is him, of course, before he got too old. This is a light roast. I think it's delightful. The other option, SM said, good morning. Steve Law says, good morning. Good morning to you. SM said, good morning, all. The same coffee company first released a pumpkin spice flavor, but I know RJ isn't a fan of that. No, I'm not. It's not seasonal now because we're in winter, number one. Number two, I'm not a fan of it. Number three, I don't think Vincent would be a fan of it either. I see him enjoying flavors that are hard to grasp. So wines and cigars and various coffees. Unsure if Mr. Price liked that himself. Enjoy. They only had the light roast. It's a little gripe. First of all, as him, thank you. It's delightful for all these gifts, and they've given me so far 2 weeks of joy. And I already finished the gum you sent to. I chewed multiple pieces at a time. I don't know if Vincent would like a light roast. Maybe in the morning with some eggs. Vincent Price seems like such a dinner guy that you really do wonder what he would ever have for breakfast. He seems like to have a filet mignon and, things as the hors d'oeuvres. They're all dinner foods to me, and wine. What's he having for breakfast? Flapjacks? Is he flipping flapjacks? I don't know. Eggs Benedict, perhaps. But there's so much to read here. So let me read it. Vincent Price, the iconic American actor with over 100 films to his name. I actually looked it up. He's got over 200. Has not one but 2 stars on the Walk of Fame. One for his work in motion pictures and one for his work in television, which is, I don't think he has a television-worthy career, but okay. Name that great, just like guest stars on the Lucy Show. His vast talents in noir, drama, mystery, thriller, and comedy roles have made him one of the most respected and loved thespians of the 20th century. Though Vincent Price was most well known for his work in horror films, he was truly a man of many passions, among them cooking and collecting art. This 100% Colombian Arabica, how are we saying that? Light roast has a very light body with crisp acidity and bright flavors, which I guess would describe the man. This perfect roast that ties together both Vincent Price's love for the spooky and his passion for food. I've already eaten breakfast, but nevertheless, we're here. See, this is their lightest, I think. And the dark, they have Italian is the most dark and the most bitter. I like a bitter coffee, especially when I'm making the cold brew. Cold brew has a tendency to sweeten the coffee, so I feel like it's better to go in bitter and get a nice balance. Nevertheless, I'm going to give it a shot. Look at this guy. Who could that be? Dead Sled Coffee from Newark, New Jersey. And they sent us a nice thank you for choosing Dead Sled. Our condolences to your previous coffee. And it's Mike T. Big fan of Mike. T. I don't know why, but hello, Mike. He's very excited about his name, or maybe it's just his last name. And nevertheless, here's to Mike and Deadsled and SM. Thank you for sending it. Let's talk to everyone else. Spot Center said, good morning to you. Sean said, my account ran out last night, so I have a gray name today, but I'll be green again by Wednesday. Morning, RJ, morning, culties. As you will see, Sean has no wonderful badge next to his name like SM has, or Nails has, or Ty has, which is unfortunate and sad. And I only talk to people who have the badge. No, it's delightful. Thank you for hanging in there so much. Do enjoy. You can't even use the emojis now today. So I don't know how you're going to accurately express yourself. Through words? Who the hell does that? Clint says, well, hello there, RJ. That seems like entertaining coffee you got. Let's do this, Jake Paulers. No, we're not going to do this, Jake Paulers. Why would we do any? Why? Not in my shit. Go into his shit and talk about me. Clint says, hey, RJ, I got to ask you, going to watch the boxing match of Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul. Who paid you? Number one. And number two, no, I won't be, because there are a million other dumb, stupid things I have to watch. I got a long list. Battle of the Stars, Battle of the Network Stars, that whole thing. That's at the top of my list. Not another boxing match. Celebrity boxing. I'll tell you who has a good left hand, that Jose Canseco. Nails in New York said, morning. Sean, can you gift members here like you could do on Twitch? And then Ty said, no, you can't, which is a shame. But nevertheless, she's with you in spirit. You'll all pull through. God bless you. If you are interested in joining, you can literally just hit the join button. There's 3 levels. There's one level where you can just comment these nice emojis, which I'm sure everyone will show off shortly. Ty said, good morning, fellow not occult members. Good morning. I said, how are you feeling? You're looking well. I woke up this morning and my throat hurt, but not like I had a sore throat. It hurt externally. Like I felt like someone had punched me in the throat, which was very alarming, but I'm better now. Leo said, hello all. Has anyone ever really been emotionally affected by a wrestling match? I have a friend who was so upset that Ric Flair lost at WrestleMania 24 that his mom stopped him from going to school the next day. Well, I didn't need to take a leave of absence. But I was certainly emotionally affected by matches I watched, especially when you see them live. Sometimes people's energy is so affecting and overwhelming. I think of when I saw Hulk Hogan and The Rock at WrestleMania 18. It was so obscenely loud, and I don't think anyone realized how loud we would all be at the same time. And we all got misty-eyed about it. Ty said, don't forget to like the video upon your arrival, everyone. Well, obviously that didn't work, Ty, because there's 44 people watching. There's 21 likes. Neil said, Leo, that match still makes me emotional. I also got teary for Dustin and Cody, because I'm a big Dustin fan. Missy said, liked. Thank you, Missy. Good morning, RJ and fellow cult members. Nail said, RJ and Greg's death match evoked emotion in me, too. I was showing off again this week. Not enough people know it's on YouTube. You know, that promotion, ESW, which you wrestle for in Buffalo, love wrestling there. They have difficulty putting things online quick enough and getting footage out there. We were begging them, and then they put that match out with the match that's right after it. So instead of 15, 20 minutes, it's now 40 minutes, and it kind of makes no sense. I feel like we should just clip it and put it up again. But we were very happy to pull it off, as they say. And Nail said, just scroll up. Did SM send this coffee? I've already answered this, damn it. Nicholas said, greetings, gathering of like-minded individuals, not a cult. Jack said, morning, friends. Dex said, good morning, RJ. Who's your pick? I have a pick? Oh, Lord. Oh, God, I'm so far behind. Who's your pick to win this year's Royal Rumble? If you enter the Rumble with article of Goldberg's last, how would you clear the ring? I'd put a stink bomb. I used to have a thing called fart spray by a novelty store, and I believe it's now banned in Canada. And you spray it, and it smells like a fart, but it's in like an aerosol can, so it smells really worse than a fart. It smells like someone's lit a fart on fire. There's a lot of pressure going on. And I used to use it as a child, and it used to bother a lot of people. So that would certainly be my strategy. Dex said, can't wait for Watch Along. You can tell the Bump folks are excited as well. Yes. So some housekeeping before we continue. Tuesday, the Ask RJ video for this month will be released. for my Key to the City members. So if you haven't got your question in, please do so. Scroll down the community tab and do it. Number one. Number two, Wednesday, I will be on The Bump, the English version, not the French version, Le Bump, which is really my favorite. That's number two. I will be, I believe, picking my Rumble numbers for the watch along, which is Sunday. So let's start again. Tuesday, the Ask RJ video comes out. Wednesday, I'll be on The Bump picking my numbers. Thursday, the documentary from the Fight Network, RJ City Wrestling Rack on Tour, will be premiering on the Fight Network's YouTube. I've posted a link in my community tab at 12 p.m. Eastern. It's a nooner. It's a high nooner. I guess I'll be in the chat maybe. That will be premiering live, and then you can watch it whenever. Do set your clocks for that too. Sunday, I'll of course be doing this program, but then at night, we will be doing the Rumble watch along, which I am tremendously excited for. I'm looking forward to making references that no one gets. And since it's a virtual medium, I can't hear anyone laugh, so I act like they must have gotten it anyway. So, yeah, Tuesday, Ask RJ. Wednesday, I'm on The Bump. Thursday's a wrestling documentary, Wrestling Rock on Tour. And Sunday is watch along. So mark your calendars thusly. Nail said, I love when we all say hello to each other. It's like a cult version of the Waltons. We should all say goodnight to everyone. So Karya says, hey, Clint. Nicholas said, is the Rumble tonight? No. As I've already explained, the Rumble is 1 week today. Sink said, hey, RJ, I was about to go to bed. And YouTube was like, how about you watch this instead? And I was like, good idea. Sink, where the hell do you live? Or what are your working hours? Are you on some sort of grave shift? Clarence said, hi, RJ. I got 2 briefs this month. Andrew Christian Love brief and Candy Unicorn brief. I'd like to steal those. I don't think we're the same size. Jack said, who wants to start things off the 60-second scene? Dana said, hello, do you practice Muay Thai once a day? No, Muay Thai. I'm getting better. Aaron said, morning. Major said, love me some Brinner. Yule Brinner? Neil said, you always deliver, Jack. Leo said, so has anyone bought that shower curtain? No. And somebody sent me a text message of a guy texting their wife saying, should I buy this? And the wife wrote back, no. So not only are people not buying it, people are actively not buying it. However, people are buying the comforter, the wall hanging, the blankets, the pillows are a bizarrely hot seller. And if you want to see them all, teespring.com/stores/RJ City, or just scroll and click, you'll find shit. Well, hi. Okay, Gamer Guessing Dude. Well, hi to you. The Matt Cam said you only watch when you watch along. It's such an honor to be watched along now with really the king of the watch alongs, the Dick Clark of the watch alongs, if you will. And I do want to say, yesterday was Matt Cam's birthday. So I told him he gets us for his birthday, since he was a good boy, he gets a song on the house today from me. So make your pick. Jack has a 60-second scene. You're a classic Vegas-style business, pediatrician waiting room, or a funeral home. Your choice. Let's put 60 seconds on the clock. Hello. Good to see you all. Good to see you all. No, right this way. Have a chair. Sit right down. No, that's great. That's great. And you are? Oh, okay. Mrs. Let me just add that in. Morgansburg. And you're here for old bunions. Yes, yes. You know, sometimes when I go home, I'll put onions on top of a bun. I'll make my own onions. I'm just kidding. It's good to see you. Stan the doctor will be with you in just a sec. Do you have any requests? Anything you want me to? No, I just, while you're waiting, the radio's not on. I just thought, okay, very good. He's gonna have some Funyuns with your bunion. There's a tip jar on your way in too. Thank you. That was the lounge singer who I believe was a receptionist at a pediatrician's waiting room. I think I read that as a podiatrist. I read it too quickly, but that was my choice. I'm happy with it. Positively E used the Hulk Hogan emoji. Oh, God, everyone's here. Wuzzy said, good morning, dude. Leo said, were you one of the wrestlers in the reenactment of Dark Side of the Ring? No, because I'm union and I'm unable to act in those union kind of projects. However, they film it in Toronto, and they've previously asked me to be Bret Hart and Eddie Guerrero. So I was touched regardless. Obviously, they use a lot of shadows. Positively E said, death matches can't be good for your skin, especially when we die, you know? Then you right out the window. Neil said, why do you know random facts like fart spray is banned in Canada? Because I was a procurer of it. I was in the trade. Grant says, hey, RJ, I tweeted you a couple days ago, just an update, but I've got my appointment for my City After Dark tattoo in a couple weeks. Grant Gittleson, great name. You should really use that on Twitter. I hope you do. Is getting an RJ City tattoo. He won't be the first person, but since he's getting a City After Dark logo, he may be the worst one. So I'm looking forward to it. Leo said, Gary Vee and David Arquette singing That's What Friends Are For by Dionne Warwick. This is getting a lot. Okay. That's definitely, in my opinion, I think that's what friends are for. You look at them, you go, what are friends for? I don't know. What if no, listen to me. Listen to me. You know, sometimes you're angry, sometimes you're sad. You need help, you need someone to look out for you. I guess sometimes I get sad. Exactly. You need someone to cheer you up, and you call a friend. And that's what friends are for. And they don't have to be real. They don't have to be human. No, I guess they could be on Instagram. They could be on Snapchat. You know, they could be on Club House, the new thing. They could buy you shoes. They could buy wine. I guess that's true. Are we friends? I'm going to need you to buy some wine. That was Gary Vee, who is Dave just tried to call me via FaceTime. I think he forgets that when he calls me, it kicks me off this thing. Are we still here? Dear Lord. He just kicked me off. Are we? Can anyone see me? And it didn't. Please. I can't because when let me see if I can. Is this going to work? Hey. Hey, what's going on?
I was confused. I thought it was me and you. That's what friends are for. I didn't know it was Gary Vee.
Well, if you read, you see here, Leo made a request for it.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Okay, good seeing you.
Good times and bad times. I'll be on your side forevermore.
That's what friends are for.
Okay.
All right. Goodbye. Go back and watch. Nice sweater. Thanks, Leo. You really messed everything up there. It's very Matt Camp is saying hi to people. Oh, yeah, sorry. David Arquette is here in the chat. Hello, all. Sorry I've been absent. I've missed you all. And RJ too. David, we missed you. Oh, look, he's back. And he's had to just call him. Nail said, I hope Matt is a fan of Screamo, a very shouty metal. SM said, did he confuse pediatrician with podiatrist? I absolutely did. Matt Camp's birthday request to celebrate Vince's win in 1999. Is this the anniversary? Please give us a Broadway version of No Chance in Hell. Bum bum ba-dum ba-dum bum ba-dum ba-dum bum ba-dum boom ba-dum doom no chance doom that's what you got doom 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 bum ba-dum da up against a machine too strong a pretty politician's got a soul to trust all puppets da 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 da. Won't find their place in line. Da, 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 da. Now tie a string around your finger, boy. It's just a matter of time, 'cause you've got no chance. Da, ba, ba, da, da. No chance in hell. You've got no chance. Da, da, ba, da, da. No chance in hell. Oh, come on, come and get it. Come on. Dun, 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 dun. Come on, come and get it. Come on, dun, 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 dun. Come on, come and get it. Come on, dun, 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 dun. Come on, come and get it. No chance. That was the Broadway version of No Chance in Hell. Vince McMahon's theme song for Matt's birthday. Happy birthday. Belated, of course, in the variety. To Matt. It's a fun one. So that was David. Blue Meanie is also here. There was a question I was going to ask Blue Meanie. I can't remember what the hell it was. Oh, Blue Meanie, you know what? I saw a movie called The Invitation. It's on Netflix. Was not my favorite. It was okay. However, Toby Huss is in it, and I thought of you. That's what I wanted to tell you. Ty said, wait, someone is getting your logo tattooed on them. Wow, that must make you feel really awkward and slightly honored. A girl once in Pittsburgh, I signed her arm, and then she got it tattooed. And had I known that she was going to get it tattooed, I would have wrote my name a little more legible. I don't think you look at it and go, RJ City, just go, someone wrote on your arm. There's David. Todd Simmons says, touching. Leo said, 100% the best £5 I've ever spent. Thanks, David and RJ. Surreal, isn't it? Spot Center said, Sid and Marty Krofft were to do something with Pink Lady until they found out they couldn't speak English and the project was canceled. You know, David did a chat with Sid. Marty, I often get them confused. And I tried to answer, but you weren't reading the chat. I was asking questions. There's so many things. I should really interview him about something. I think I have a lot on my list. He did a cartoon special with Roddy Piper. David is now apologizing. Sorry, I wrestle-boxed your YouTube show. Andre said, wow, I just came at the right time. We got to see David Arquette. Woo, morning already started right. He didn't even get to plug anything. You Cannot Kill David Arquette. It's now available on Netflix in Canada and Hulu and other places and YouTube. You can just type it and rent it. That was basically it. SM said, David, your singing was on point. Reminded me of that scene in Bridesmaids. Singh said, imagine people tap dancing the Vince walk. They could totally do if he had like a chorus line of smaller Vinces behind him or Stooges. Matt said, this may have overtaken my wife's gift. Thank you so much. Send it to the boss. Send it to him and tell him to get my salad ready. Matt's wife got him a bunch of life-themed cupcakes through his life. His chair he sits on the bump and then she got him something so nice that he probably felt horrible eating it. Sean said, that was incredible. Happy birthday, Matt Camp. Leo said, I loved... have you ever signed a boob? Yes, I have. I got a couple. And it's weird. It's because they're soft and it's hard. They're hard to write on, so you have to write on them lightly. And then it doubles the erotic overtones. Sid. Oh, David said Sid. Sid. Yes, okay. That makes sense. But I think I must have met Sid. Yes, I met Sid. I didn't meet Marty. I met Sid at Zsa Zsa Gabor's husband's birthday party. The prince, the late Zsa Zsa Gabor. May God rest her soul. Next time, David, I'm going to arm you with a list of questions to ask Sid. Spot Center said, episode 1 of Pink Lady and Jeff had Sherman Hemsley, Burt Parks, and Blondie as guests. Sid Caesar was in episodes 2 and 6. Obviously, an example of booking problems. Blondie appeared twice. Also, I actually sent David this link a couple weeks ago. Blondie and Andy Kaufman were in a play called Teaneck Tansy. And it was a wrestling-themed Broadway play. And it had been successful in London with a different cast. And it's around, it's available. But That production only lasted one night, opening night, and then it was shut completely, never to be spoken of again. Lyle, with the follow-up plug, said, finally saw You Cannot Kill David Arquette this week on Sky TV in the UK. It was great, but I can't stop visualizing the bit with David's neck in the hospital. That was all prosthetics. Ray Harryhausen did a tremendous job in stop-motion animation in that thing. And I think they're nominated this year for Best Visual Effects. It's very excited. By the way, David, I'm sorry, I don't think you're ever supposed to announce that you lose an award, but do you remember we were nominated the Critics' Choice Award for Best Sports Documentary? Not only did we lose it to the Dick Cavett Ali documentary, but someone else too. Like 2 other documentaries won. The Dick Cavett and the other one, they tied. So in many ways, we lost twice. There will be other awards. Greg Evigan, BJ and the Bear, Hugh Hefner, Cheap Trick, episode 3 of Pink Lady and Jeff is my favorite episode. Greg had that good hair. Spot Center was a producer of Pink Lady and Jeff. Blue Meanie said Joe Rogan and Tony Hinchcliffe brought up David wrestling The Undertaker and then put over You Cannot Kill David Arquette to The Undertaker. Yeah, but then I played video games and I ruined everything. Leo said, Lyle, what about the bit with the sock on his penis? That's not, you can't call that a sock. It wasn't a sock. That was a specific pouch for someone who tans. The Matt Camp said, Pink Lady and Jeff is covered in the first episode of The Comedy Store, including the Jerry Lewis appearance. Well, now you've sold me. Before I wasn't going to watch it, and you said including the Jerry Lewis appearance, and now I need to get on it. Revenge said, have you ever thought of stop being a heel and being a himbo instead? I don't think so. I don't think that would suit me at all. Apple Butter said, makes you wonder if he's watching it now. Sid Croft is watching this program? Lyle said, Leo, well, of course, the bit with the sock in his penis as well. 10 out of 10. Big, that's it. And the other thing everyone remembers from the documentary is the sad giant chair. Val says, Nails, can you gif RJ saying boob aggressively? What a great word for your mouth. David is full of hearts and love. SM said, RJ is intelligent and therefore could never be a himbo. It can certainly be a him. Julio said, I just wake up. Too late. Much, much too late. David said, it's not the first time I've lost twice. Call me when you've won twice. Missy said, Nails can gif anything. Yes, all the gifs you see, when you see the gifs on Twitter, they're I would say at this point, 95% of them are made by Nails New York. She's on it. Singh said, do you think The Undertaker would approve of video games? No, people have been playing video games for a very long time, and they will continue to, and I think that's the important thing. Leo said, if they make a movie about China, do you think Abby Jacobson could play her? They kind of look alike. No, I don't think she would physically be up for the task. I think it would be a lot of work. Spot Center said, number 35 of the top 50 worst shows of all time, Pink Lady and Jeff, producer, not a producer. Kate said, with a wonderful request, Charles, thing of your choice. Okay. Are we unstable? Hold on. My choice. I'm going to D and talking about the specials. 1 second, please. Good evening. Good to see you. Good to see you. And you, not so much. We have a variety of soup. We're going to have some soup. There is a bisque. There is a potato soup. And if you're in the mood for something chillier, there is a cucumber soup. Well, I don't think we cut it at all, if you understand what I'm saying. We have some fish. We have some cod. We have some haddock. And if you have a gun and a harpoon, you can have whatever kind of fish you want. Also, we're out of Sprite. That was Charles Nelson Riley as a Maitre D listing the specials. David said, I wrestled the Shockmaster at the Comedy Store on Rodney Dangerfield's birthday. I remember you doing that, and it was weird and confusing. You said it was weird and confusing, but I would love to see the match. Leo said, my favorite episode of Joe Rogan is the one where he goes on about health despite being very bloated and having the skin complexion of a penis trapped in a window. Well, we've all been there before. That's why I mainly have blinds now. David said, thank you, Nails, for the gifts. A gift of gifts. Positively, he said, I'm a lot of work, RJ, I guess. So, Nails said, there was a lot of cynical crafter gifts on Twitter before I came along. That's true. CBC made them, and there was quite a process. George, the director of the documentary that's coming out on the Fight Network's YouTube this Thursday at 12 p.m., said we'll have some new material for gifts this week, I guess. David said, I'm unstable. That's a real late-breaking update. And Nails said, you're welcome, David. Obviously, I've included you in them too. Yes, David has quite a few gifts. Oh my God, Jack has another idea for another scene. Leo said, on the Cynical Crafter, when you go to the school and you ask the kids what they want, they grow, and the kid said something better than you. Was that scripted? No, it was not. First of all, that is the actual school I went to as a child. This was the actual elementary school. And no, we did what we did do was a bunch of takes of reactions and whatever. And we did takes where it's like, just talk to me freely. So that was a good, I've probably asked the question a bunch of different times. And that was definitely the one that worked. Good child. Julio said, RJ, your hair is stunning. What's your secret? Well, like everything else in life, aloe vera and hope. Dex said, there have been many wrestling documentaries, and You Cannot Kill David Arquette was the first one to get nominated for a People's Choice. That's a huge win. When was it nominated for a People's Choice? Nobody about it. Blue Meat said, it was cool to look at the reflection of Archie City's glasses and seeing the rest of Shea City. You can mainly just see the chat. And I have a giant light in my face, I think, which makes it a lot. You know, what can you see? Blinds in a house? Fine. Really ruined the illusion that I was just a head and coffee. George said, go ahead with the gifts and cheers. Leo said, also, when you ate the paint, was it really paint in the school episode of Cynical Crafter? Yes, it was really paint, number one. It was non-toxic, number one. Number two, when the episode premiered, the people in charge of the school were not that crazy about it. Let's get pressing here with some Vincent Price coffee. This is really a night of too many stars. Let me get pressing here. Here we go. There we are. There, isn't that nice? And there's the squat. I needed to just break the seal, if you will. There we go. Positively E said, head and coffee, my kind of morning. In that order, too, I think is very important. I thought maybe I can use my old Phantom. I don't have a Vincent Price mug, which sucks. I was like, he would be a good mug for a mug. Let me see if I can get. We'll taste it first, and then I'll see if I need to do anything to it. It's light. It's a light. If you go in saying, you know what, this is a light roast, it'll be fine. It's not going to turn you on your head. It'll be a nice, pleasant addition to your morning, just like all Vincent Price films. Blue Mini said, don't worry, RJ. I saw things I saw. Here I am beating the shit out of my stevia. Spot Center has a request for a 60-second scene. 60-second scene starts with a hearty, hey guys, or what's up everybody, like an enthusiastic YouTuber, then promote an ordinary daily tour you're about to do. Hey guys, welcome. Thank you, first of all, so much for joining me. It's going to be amazing. We're going to have a lot of fun. So here's the deal. I have a pile of underwear because I don't like to wash them. And right now I'm going to go through, I think, once every 2 weeks. And I give a sniff in every area and determine which are still good to wear again, maybe for another day before I finally have to wash them. Which I should wash, and I'm just going to wash them in the sink, a little liquid and warm water, and which I should just totally throw away. because they're useless. It's gonna be fun. We have a lot of them to get through, and it's great. It's great. If you would like to support, click like and subscribe. And don't forget, in the comments, tell me your favorite underwear. It's always good to interact with you guys and engage. And of course, if anyone wants to buy mine, really just let me know. That would be great. And scene. I hope that was to your satisfaction, Spot Center. Leo said, "She want to bang Princess Diana in the 90s? Never understood." I mean, as a princess, I understood her appeal. I was not. I was onto the Madeline Kahns of the world. She was the queen of my life, was Madeline Kahn. Jack said, "Oh God, no, ha." Singh said, "The classic underwear sniffing chore." Missy said, "I give a little sniff, and you should." Neil said, "Clean your sinks." Singh said, "I think I saw a movie about this once." Ty said, "Oh God, oh no." Ty said, "Maybe it's better to bleach your sinks." This is delightful. I think this coffee is going very. I was looking at Vincent Price, and I thought, how does his mustache grow so thin? And I realized it doesn't grow thin. It's a thick one, and then he just shaves these parts here. He just trims them, and he gets on them like that. This morning, I was watching. It's on YouTube, so everyone can watch it. It's called Vincent Price Hosts the Horror Hall of Fame. And so you think, well, what's this? This is going to be extravagant. And it's him in an old dilapidated mansion. What else is new? And he's talking to the camera, and it's just him interviewing horror actors. Not even horror actors. It's like Frank Gorshin is on it. And who else is on it? John Astin is on it, and they're just talking about old horror movies, and aren't they fun? And now they put Godzilla on lunchboxes. It's so incredibly weird. A lot of puns, a lot of horror puns. And he has a hunchback sidekick who's played by Billy Van. And if you're not familiar with Billy Van, Aaron actually has a perfect segue. They did a show called Frightenstein together. And Aaron wants a Frightenstein-style intro monologue enticing people to join your not a cult. Okay. Another lovely day to share with coffee, songs, and underwear. Maybe there's a video to see, or maybe you'll have anxiety. He's often bitter, yet always pretty. Welcome to the Not a Cult of RJ City. And then there's laughter. And then and then I would start the intro. It's so hard to rhyme like that. I think I did well. I'm not ashamed of myself. I hope that worked for you. How does the show end? I can't remember, but I'll try to remember. Aaron, if you can remember, just start me a line and I'll remember it. Julio said, "RJ, I'm about to record a video on YouTube. Give me advice about how to feel comfortable in front of the camera like you do." If it's not evident to you, I'm uncomfortable in front of the camera most of the time. And I'm uncomfortable without the camera most of the time. So my advice to you would be get used to it. Sean said, "I legitimately think my parents had that mug when I was a very young child. Could you show that thing off?" Sean, it's from the Toronto production, I believe. Very useful group. It doesn't have a year on it, I don't think. Made in Taiwan, which isn't helping us at all. I think this is from not the original Broadway run. This is from the original Toronto run. So I'm thinking 80s. David said, "You do realize you're a YouTuber that has a show about drinking coffee. So you are a YouTuber playing a YouTuber doing an impersonation of yourself." This sounds like Scream levels. Sounds like Scream levels of meta parody, doesn't it? Think about it. is like a movie, and then there's a movie about the thing that happened that's not a movie. It's the same. It's very clever. Where did we go? Daniel said, when Vincent Price coffee brews, does it make the coffee maker sound like the intro to Thriller? No, he just goes, SM said, damn, RJ is quite the poet. Aaron said I did very well. Thank you. Jack said, well done. Missy said, I'm brilliant, which is an exaggeration. Ty said, that was good. Good job. That was amazing. Sink said, all this Vincent Price talk is making me want to watch The Raven. You know what's better than The Raven, the movie, which is cheaply done and whatever. He did, I don't know if he did one television special or multiple ones where he sits on stage and just reads The Raven. And to me, that is way better and way creepier. Obviously, the better story. The Raven, the movie, takes a little bit of a walk. Spot Center said that rhyme was fire. That's what the kid said. Aaron said, I think, oh yes, the castle lights are growing dim. There's no one left but me and him. For when we meet in Frightened Stone, don't come alone. You know, there's Vincent Price has like this obviously weird voice. And then you're like, does he really sound like that? And sometimes you watch stuff and you're like, maybe he doesn't. There's a movie called Tower of London. And I swear to God, he speaks like this the whole movie. It sounds like he's doing an impression of me doing an impression of him. And you're like, okay, that's where it's from. Sometimes you're like, where did this impression come from? Because it seems like everyone does it. Like, if you hear impressions of Frank Sinatra, and you've never heard Frank Sinatra before, you would just assume he goes do-do-do-do-do, like always. He only does that, like, he only goes dooby-dooby-doo, like once in Strangers in the Night. And that's it. You just think he's a guy walking down the street going, ba, 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 ba. Oh, God, I'm so far behind. No, I'm not. The Advent said, I have the same mug, but I got it at the tour that went through Detroit. Early 90s. Detroit has a very oddly bustling theater scene. I saw the sequel to The Phantom of the Opera in Detroit for a good reason, because there's probably nowhere else that would show it. Sean said, oh, so they wouldn't have had the Toronto version, but they had the black one with the title logo and the mask for sure. You know what really bothers me about? He never wears this mask. He always is always half a face. In any of the musical, it's always, but then David said, if only there was a killer in a ghost face mask in your apartment, just like this, walking like this kind of thing, would be great. I used to have a shelf when I was a child next to my bed with hockey pucks and baseballs and rocks on it. And my thought process was, if a serial killer, a Ghostface killer type character ever came into the house and tried to kill me, he would not be ready for it. I would just start pelting him with these hard objects, and then I can make a run for it. Clever child. Spencer said, how's your hot tea game? It's okay. I think that I need to get better. There's so many teas now, especially when they got into the gourmet teas and that explosion. It's hard to tell what's good and what's not. I hate when you go to these flavored teas and they're like, this is a cheesecake flavored tea. I was like, oh yeah, that's how I like my cheesecake, hot and watery. Where did we go here? Missy said, David, maybe you were the brilliant one. David said, Ty said, oh my God, David, if we find out RJ was attacked, we know it was you in his giant sad chair. Daniel said, I've been too afraid to meet Vincent Price. I've been worried it ends with me encased in wax. I definitely would have stumbled my words in front of Vincent Price and tried to sound smart. David said, RJ City as Vincent Price doing an RJ City doing Vincent Price. Meta Man. And I did that as Vincent Price. So now you can add that to your list. Aaron said, I need to get the Vincent Price cookbook. I'll give it, it's a little pompous. It's fine cuisine. And we're going to cook the Cornish hen for 8 hours. The best celebrity cookbook is Dom DeLuise's, I think it's called Here, Eat This. And there's another one called Eat This Again or Eat This Too. Those are the best ones. I think they're a little more doable. I should read from them. Singh said there's a Phantom of the Opera sequel. I feel like every 3 months I should make the announcement because more and more people need to see it. There is a sequel, an official Andrew Lloyd Webber written sequel called Love Never Dies. And the reason you don't know about it is because it was an absolute fucking piece of shit. And when people started to see it, they were like, we can't let this get out because it's that bad. I've seen it, and I urge you to see it. I think it's on YouTube. There's like a filmed version of the stage production. It's worth it just to see how bad it is. It was like, if they were like, write a parody of The Phantom of the Opera, if it was a sequel, it would be this. It's perfect and perfectly bad. And everything that's wrong and right with the world. Let me put it like this. I'm not going to say any more about it. The Phantom moves to New York. Already we're in trouble. Already we should write this off. Positively, he said, RJ cameo in the next Scream confirmed? Yes. I have a cameo in the next Scream because Officer Dewey orders an RJ City cameo in the movie. Jerry said, have you seen Waitress on Broadway? One of my favorites of the last 5 years. I have not. I heard it was very good. I'm severely lacking in more modern musical history. There is so much to get through, and then everybody does revivals. Julio said, Phantom of the Opera remake with RJ City. When? I think I need to get older. The Phantom needs to be older and creepier. Daniel said, what about RJ City doing Vincent Price, doing Zsa Zsa Gabor, doing Winston Churchill? Oh, darling, England is doing very well. Leo said, since Undertaker went on Joe Rogan, are you going to go on the Rubin Report? I'm going on the Paul Rubens Report. Ty said, and rocks. Yeah, they were rocks. They're very useful. Francine is here. She said, hey, kid, dropping by to say hi. And if you would like to say hi to Francine, I beseech you to check out her Twitch. She's now streaming, and more than just her consciousness. She posted a hip photo today with a black turtleneck, black and white. So maybe she'll be doing some tap dancing or some abstract Moominshans kind of thing. I don't know. But I'm excited to check it out. I love how sometimes I'll just have like half of ECW in this chat. If anyone knows if Amish Roadkill is watching the show, please tell him hi. Go check out Francine's business. Go listen to Blue Meanie's podcast. And everybody tweet about how much they love David's giant red chair. He'll be whittling them. David said, I'd suggest Knee Arthur for Ghostface. I can attest that it's the real deal. Imagine if Ghostface just like was creeping up on you and you turn around and you're like, oh, and he just knees you in the face. You're like, oh my God, I need ice. Val said, who doesn't love things hot and wet? Cheesecake included. Blue Meanie said, for the sake of my social media posts, can you strike a 5-second pose with you and your mug so I can take a picture and plug you on my socials? Yes, yes. Maybe I should take a step back. Is that nice? It felt like I was there for 40 minutes. Leo said, I had a choice flavored tea recently. It was absolutely awful. Didn't taste of tea or... Oh, you had a chocolate flavored tea. Sometimes I read way too fast. Yes, it's disgusting, and it shouldn't happen. Tea should taste like tea. Daniel said, I watched Cannonball Run 2 the other day. One of Dom DeLuise's best. Is that with Dean and Sammy? It was not their best. Spots and I said, what can you do to help Mom Awesome book guests during this time for the RJ Awesome show? I was a guest. It was a fun time. They have my endorsement. And I think that's all you need. They need patience and courage, and it will happen. Leo said, wow, Francine is here. I was thinking of her today. Nicholas said, wow, Francine, that's so cool. See, David appears, Blue Meanie appears too much. Everyone's like, whatever. Francine, a wild Francine. Where did I go? Where did I look? Julio said, are you a good video editor, RJ? No. And that's why I try to organize my videos to have as little editing as possible. I like doing things live in one take. Don't have the patience. Jack said, too many big names are showing up here. I may be too mainstream for Jack to fully enjoy. Timothy Canup, great name, said, now have you come around to the honey mustard side? No, absolutely not. Mustard should be mustard and honey should be honey. David said, now you're creepy enough to play the Phantom now. I have to be older. I have to. The Phantom should be like 50s at a bare minimum. Because if he's a young guy and she's just, choosing between Raul and like another Raul in a mask who's far more talented than the original Raul, it's useless. Please. Francine said, thanks to you. You do it all, and you should be proud of yourself. Chris said they made Phantom of the Opera work, and that one remake, no, they didn't make it work. It was Gerard Butler chose to yell instead of sing, because he doesn't sing. It was a choice. Leo said, what about New Jack being in the shot? I haven't heard a song yet. SM said, we stand David's giant chair. Where are we? Hi, all, and thanks, said Francine. Back to RJ. He's riveting. Back to your regularly scheduled program. Julio said, hey, RJ, when you do that cool Instagram live when the celebrities let their fans join, that would be cool. It would. Not going to do it. Nail said, AJ Awesome has asked Dalton and said that he's endorsed by RJ. That's high praise. He listens to my word. Daniel said, RJ City's guide to low-maintenance video editing, 3 easy payments of $99.99. Timothy said, I'm not disappointed. I still love you, my dude. I've never been someone's dude before. And sometimes I like to go, hey, dude. Julio said, I'm an all right video editor. If you need help, you should talk to me. I would love to help you. I mean, I'm okay. It takes so much time and patience and it sucks. I just want to put it out already. I love that I'm able to just do this, and then when it's already out as I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? Blue Mini said, hello, Francine, and then he waves and farts. The ever animated Blue Mini. Leo said, they say you are attracted to people who look like yourself. How you crushed on an RJ lookalike? Well, certainly not Gina Carano. Jamie Gertz? Sure. Spot Center said, I love when AJ Awesome asks the 3 wishes questions and then tops the wrestlers with his generosity and his wishes. He's a real genie. Nicholas said, Blue Meanie with the charm. Jack has a scene that says, you're get a loan to start your new restaurant, the RJ City Witty Cuisine Committee. So every item on the menu is a fun name. Like a joke name, but like a smart one. They'll just be good, like fish and chips and Dale, or Thai Cobb salad. We'll work on them. That's why I need the money. We'll workshop them. You know what I'm saying? And then it's gonna take off. You guys are gonna. Maybe it's not for you, but there are definitely people out there who are gonna. And scene. Leo said, you look a bit like Sarah Silverman. David knows that we no longer talk about Sarah Silverman in this household. Lumini said, Francine once watched me stick my ass in a car window of a car I thought was empty, only to find out I was farting at a total stranger's face. More good-natured ripping from Blue Meanie. Good thing you didn't drop something in somebody's car. I feel like that's dangerous for your ass, let alone them. That would be liable to punch it or throw a rock at it. I have a shelf by my bed with hockey pucks and balls and rocks. That way, if Blue Meanie runs into my room and sticks his ass in my face. I can just throw rocks at it. Peter E., welcome to Citizens United. Oh, God, there's all these people welcoming you now. The committee will take you away. Enjoy using all the wonderful emojis and the delightful badges and enjoy yourself. You're going to have a nice time, I think. These people will escort you in. Welcome, and my apologies in advance. Daniel said, please don't ruin Sarah Silverman with me. I'm whatever. Timothy said, this honey mustard joke has went on long enough, my dude. Missy said, welcome to the cult, Peter. Look, everyone's welcoming you. Oh, no. Peter said he drank too much from the mug. When you start to tingle, it's time to go home. Nell said, welcome, Peter. You hate Mark Ruffalo forever now. Never leave. And there's a wonderful sampling, thank you, Nails, of all the emojis you can now use in the chat. Use them freely, Peter. Leo said, what is the Sarah Silverman story? There is no story, and that's what bothers me. Chris said, we're not a cult. We're a society of friendship. Andre is welcoming Peter. Alley Cat is here. We've really dropped off celebrity-wise. She said, thank you for apologizing for whatever I just walked in on. You have missed everything because you don't get up early. It's your own fault. You should you should leapfrog out of bed or drop down out of bed or something. Daniel said, I still say RJ needs that cult, not a culture. What are you talking about? I have one. You can go to ProSNT.com/ArgosCity, or if you want it in a variety of styles and on objects, teespring.com/store/RJCity. Look at Chris is using all the emojis, including David. It's adorable. Spot Center said, does a Jeff Cobb salad start on an apron and then lift it over something and then dropped it on a plate? Yeah, it's tossed around. It's tossed this way, and then they go up like this. Ty said, is it cold in your kitchen wearing socks today? It was cold when I started this, and now I'm sweating. On my own furnace. Nail said, Allie, want to join a cult? We'll make belly scratches mandatory. See, you can do whatever you want. Val said, I set an alarm to get up for this mess every Sunday. Timothy said, we're best friends now, RJ. Suck it, Officer Dewey. Don't use those names. Don't say something as vulgar as Officer Dewey in this chat. Allie said, give me the time slot then so I can finish your career once and for all. No, you're not taking over this program. I assure you. You can do cat's hour or cat nap, whatever the hell you do in the afternoon. Julio says, hey, Poe girl, I know you from Instagram. You always answer my stories. Oh, isn't that sweet? Jack said, Allie's here as well. Way too mainstream for me. Daniel said, never went to Pro Wrestling Tees. Sad but true. Well, there's other stuff. Ask RJ if we will GIF the belly scratches. We GIF them. I like chest scratches because I don't want to turn the camera down that low. Peter said, I'm here just for the date that classy Freddie Blassie episode of Dick Van Dyke will drop. So, Peter, I will say, oh yeah, that reminds me, I am working on more Hollywood Squared Circle, including an episode that I didn't know previously existed. I think there has to be wrestling in the episode. I don't know if Freddie Blassie's showing up. I believe they were bowling on Dick Van Dyke. I got to go look and make a final judgment, but thank you. Blue Meanie said, what would be in a Cobb County Cobb salad? Be some hard limes. They'll be serving hard limes. Spot Center said, my French press left Compton, California last week. They put street cred in the pocket. I don't know how that's going to be durable, I assure you. Julio said, I'm going to start to set my alarm because I always lost for the cult or late for it. You got to really get the hop. Nail said, anxiety is a natural heater. That's for sure. And that's why I'm always in need of cooling. Daniel said, so if somebody says Officer Dewey repeatedly, is that considered like threats? No, it's he'll show up. He'll call you on your phone. That's what happens. Nail said, we GIF everything here today. Today it was boobs. Apparently Nails has already gifted me saying boobs. Which is okay. Not the worst thing I've been gifted. Timothy said, sorry, best friend RJ. Nicholas said, I'm still waiting on RJ City brand coffee. It's going to take a little bit of time, but stick with it. I think we can get it. Daniel said, I saw the Blassie episode on Nick at Night. Pretty good. He was very good. And so was Dick and Mary. Jack said, oh, God, hard lines. I'm out. He said, Boss Mate just rolled over. Julio said, you all should say a cool song for me to edit. What? Allie said, I never see you drink iced coffee. It's not ice. It's cold. It's cold brew. This is all cold brew. I put it out the night before, which reminds me, let's quickly, I'll go over time because I still need to make the coffee for the next day. Can we, that's a little better. Let's put this here before we go. This is an overrun. I hope it doesn't cut into my next slot. I'm going to bump the Westminster Dog Show. 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And there's a nice no-name water canteen thing. Doesn't that sound lovely? Doesn't that give you hopes and faith? I got to turn this. I got to wet all the grounds. It's very important. And there we are. Isn't that something? All right. Well, thank you all for joining me. We learned so much today. Thank you, David, for almost ruining my stream again by calling. I really appreciate your tact. It's incredibly sweet of you. Thank you to the Dead Sled people for their Vincent Price coffee, and for SM for gifting it to me. It's so sweet. Next week is a busy week, so let's all get some rest now. Okay, you all should go to bed. Let's get a nice final shot. Godspeed.